The battered and wounded alien soldier lay motionless on the cold, barren planet, the crimson blood from his injuries staining the rocky ground beneath him. His ship had crash-landed after a brutal skirmish with an enemy patrol, leaving him stranded and alone in the desolate landscape. Pain coursed through his body, each breath a struggle as he fought to stay conscious. As he lay there, fading in and out of consciousness, a faint rumble in the distance caught his attention. Through blurry vision, he saw a group of humans approaching, their figures outlined against the stark horizon. Panic surged through him as he weakly reached for his weapon, preparing for another fight. But the humans did not raise their weapons or show any signs of aggression. Instead, they cautiously approached the injured alien, speaking in soothing tones that he couldn't quite understand. With a mix of shock and confusion, the alien soldier watched as the humans carefully lifted him onto a makeshift stretcher, their touch gentle and their expressions filled with empathy. Despite the language barrier, the alien could sense their concern and desire to help. He felt a surge of gratitude unlike anything he had experienced before. As they carried him towards their vehicle, the alien's mind raced with questions. Why were these humans helping him? What did they want in return? But as he gazed into their eyes, he saw no malice or ulterior motives, only compassion and a desire to heal. The journey back to the human settlement was a blur of pain and exhaustion for the alien soldier. He drifted in and out of consciousness, the rhythmic hum of the vehicle lulling him into a restless sleep. When he awoke, he found himself lying in a clean, well-lit room, surrounded by advanced medical equipment and a team of human doctors and nurses tending to his injuries. Overwhelmed by the care and kindness shown to him, the alien soldier felt a wave of emotion wash over him. For so long, he had been taught to fear and distrust other species, to see them as nothing more than enemies to be defeated. But here, among these humans, he found a new perspective on life and the galaxy at large. As the days passed and the alien soldier slowly recovered from his injuries, he was welcomed into the human settlement with open arms. He learned their language, their customs, and their way of life, forging bonds with individuals who had once been strangers to him. And as he looked out at the stars, his heart filled with hope for a future where different species could coexist in peace and harmony. Little did he know that his rescue by the humans would be the beginning of a journey that would not only change his life, but also alter the course of history for both his kind and theirs. The bond forged in the crucible of war and compassion would prove to be stronger than any weapon, laying the foundation for a new era of understanding and cooperation among the stars. As the days turned into weeks, the wounded alien soldier, named Draxis, continued to recover under the care of the humans in their settlement. He marveled at their advanced technology, their unity as a species, and their unwavering commitment to helping him heal both physically and emotionally. Draxis had never encountered a species like the humans before, and their actions left him with a profound sense of gratitude and admiration. He spent his days learning from them, studying their culture and customs, and forming bonds with individuals who went out of their way to make him feel welcome. One such individual was Dr. Sarah Reynolds, the lead physician overseeing Draxis's recovery. Her skill and dedication were matched only by her compassion and warmth, and Draxis found himself drawn to her kind and gentle demeanor. Through their interactions, Draxis began to understand the true depth of human empathy and kindness, qualities that stood in stark contrast to the militaristic mindset of his own people. As Draxis regained his strength, he was given the opportunity to contribute to the settlement in meaningful ways. With his knowledge of alien technology and tactics, he assisted the humans in fortifying their defenses and planning for potential future conflicts. In turn, the humans shared their expertise in medicine, engineering, and diplomacy, fostering a mutual exchange of knowledge and skills that benefited both parties. Despite his initial reservations, Draxis found himself growing closer to the humans with each passing day. He shared stories of his homeworld and his people, painting a picture of a society scarred by centuries of conflict and division. In return, the humans shared their own history, their struggles, and their triumphs, offering Draxus a new perspective on the galaxy and its inhabitants. One evening, as Draxus sat under the shimmering night sky with Dr. Reynolds, a sense of peace washed over him. The stars twinkled above, a vast tapestry of possibilities stretching out before them. Draxus knew that he had found a new home among the humans, a place where he was accepted for who he was, not judged by the uniform he once wore or the battles he had fought. In that moment, Draxus made a silent vow to himself and to the humans who had shown him such kindness. He would do everything in his power to repay their generosity, to stand by their side in times of need, and to build a future where species from all corners of the galaxy could come together in unity and friendship. Little did Draxus know that his newfound bond with the humans would be put to the test sooner than he expected, as a looming threat on the horizon would challenge their newfound alliance in ways they could never have imagined. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the bond between Draxus and the humans continued to strengthen within the settlement. Draxus had become an integral part of the community, respected for his skills and valued for his friendship. However, a sense of unease lingered in the air as rumors of rising tensions between planetary factions reached the settlement. Draxus noticed the subtle shifts in demeanor among the humans, the whispers exchanged in hushed tones, and the increased patrols around the settlement's perimeter. Concerned about the growing unrest, Draxus approached Dr. Reynolds, who had become his closest confidant and ally among the humans. "Dr. Reynolds, I sense a change in the air. What is happening beyond the walls of our settlement?" Draxus inquired, his eyes reflecting a mix of worry and determination. Dr. Reynolds furrowed her brow, her face betraying a hint of apprehension. There have been reports of escalating tensions between neighboring factions vying for control of vital resources in this sector. The situation is delicate, and it threatens the fragile peace we have worked so hard to maintain. Draxus nodded, a steely resolve settling in his heart. He knew that his past experiences as a soldier could prove valuable in navigating the turbulent waters that lay ahead. With a sense of duty and loyalty to his newfound home, Draxus offered his assistance in devising strategies to protect the settlement and its inhabitants from the encroaching threat. Together, Draxus and the human leaders formulated a plan to bolster the settlement's defenses, fortifying their walls and training a volunteer militia to stand against any potential aggressors. Draxus shared his knowledge of military tactics and strategies, while the humans contributed their expertise in technological innovation and resource management. As tensions continued to mount outside the settlement, a sense of unity and solidarity formed among its inhabitants. Draxus found himself standing shoulder to shoulder with his human comrades, ready to defend their shared home against whatever dangers lurked beyond the horizon. The bond of trust forged through compassion and understanding had blossomed into a steadfast alliance, a beacon of hope in the face of uncertainty. One fateful night, as the settlement stood on the brink of conflict, a coalition of rival factions descended upon them with hostility in their eyes. The air crackled with tension as the two sides faced off, each poised for battle. Draxus braced himself for the inevitable clash, his heart pumping with adrenaline. But in that moment of uncertainty and fear, a single voice rose above the chaos, echoing across the desolate landscape. It was Dr. Reynolds, her words ringing out with conviction and strength, calling for a ceasefire and offering a hand of peace to their would-be adversaries. To everyone's astonishment, the rival factions hesitated, their weapons lowered as they listened to Dr. Reynolds' impassioned plea for understanding and cooperation. And in that moment, a new chapter began for the settlement and its inhabitants, one defined not by conflict and division, but by unity and solidarity in the face of adversity. As Draxus watched the scene unfold before him, a sense of pride and gratitude swelled within his chest. The humans had shown him that true strength lay not in weapons or conquest, but in the bonds of trust and compassion forged between individuals from different walks of life. And in that realization, Draxus knew that their alliance would withstand any challenge that the galaxy threw their way. In the wake of the tense standoff that had threatened to plunge the settlement into chaos, a fragile peace settled over the land. The rival factions, swayed by Dr. Reynolds' words and the unity displayed by the settlement's inhabitants, reluctantly agreed to enter into negotiations to resolve their disputes through diplomacy rather than conflict. Draxis watched with a mixture of relief and cautious optimism as representatives from both sides sat down at the negotiation table, their differences set aside for the greater good of finding a peaceful resolution. The humans, with their gift for diplomacy and tact, guided the talks with patience and wisdom, while Draxis offered his perspective as an outsider to help bridge the gap between the warring factions. As days turned into weeks, the negotiations proved to be a challenging but ultimately rewarding process. Trust, once shattered by years of hostility and mistrust, slowly began to be rebuilt through open communication and a shared commitment to finding common ground. Draxis saw firsthand the transformative power of dialogue and compromise, as bitter enemies turned into reluctant allies bound by a newfound sense of understanding. Through the tireless efforts of Dr. Reynolds, Draxis, and the settlement's leaders, a historic peace agreement was reached, outlining terms for resource sharing, mutual defense cooperation, and cultural exchange between the previously warring factions. The settlement had become a beacon of hope and reconciliation in a galaxy scarred by conflict and division, a testament to the enduring power of unity in the face of adversity. With the threat of external conflict averted, the settlement flourished in the aftermath of the peace agreement. Trade routes were established, cultural exchanges flourished, and friendships blossomed across species boundaries. Draxis found himself at the center of this new era of cooperation, welcomed as a valued member of the community and a symbol of the settlement's commitment to inclusivity and understanding. As the settlement celebrated its newfound unity with a grand festival that brought together beings from all corners of the galaxy, Draxis stood among his human and alien friends, a sense of fulfillment and contentment washing over him. The wounds of the past had not only healed, but had been replaced by bonds of friendship and respect that transcended species and ideology. In the glowing light of the festival's bonfire, Draxis raised a toast to the future, his gaze fixed on the horizon where new possibilities beckoned. The settlement had emerged from the crucible of conflict, stronger and more united than ever before, a shining example of what could be achieved when beings of different backgrounds and beliefs came together in a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. And as the stars glittered overhead, casting their light upon the settlement and its inhabitants, Draxis knew that a new dawn had arrived, one filled with promise, hope, and the enduring legacy of a wounded alien soldier who had been shocked and then forever changed by the compassion of humans. The settlement thrived in the wake of the peace agreement, blossoming into a beacon of interstellar cooperation and unity. Draxis had played a pivotal role in shaping this new era of understanding and friendship, his journey from wounded soldier to cherished member of the community, inspiring others to embrace the values of compassion and empathy. As the seasons changed and cycles of life and renewal continued, Draxis found himself at a crossroads. Though he had found a new home and purpose among the humans, a part of him yearned to explore the vast reaches of the galaxy once more, to seek out new frontiers and forge new connections with beings from distant worlds. One evening, under the canopy of twinkling stars, Dr. Reynolds approached Draxis with a solemn expression on her face. "You have given us so much, and it is time for us to give something back to you." Draxis listened intently as Dr. Reynolds continued, her voice filled with warmth and understanding. "We have arranged for a starship to take you on a journey of exploration and discovery, where you can share the lessons you have learned with others, and continue to spread the message of peace and cooperation throughout the galaxy." Touched by the generosity and kindness of his human friends, Draxis felt a surge of gratitude well up within him. He knew that this was an opportunity to carry forward the legacy of unity that he and the humans had worked so hard to build, to be a beacon of hope and inspiration for others who yearned for a better future. The day of Draxis's departure arrived, marked by bittersweet farewells and heartfelt expressions of friendship from the settlement's inhabitants. Dr. Reynolds stood by his side, a reassuring presence as he boarded the starship that would carry him to new worlds and new adventures. As the starship's engines roared to life and the vessel soared into the endless expanse of space, Draxus felt a surge of exhilaration and anticipation wash over him. The stars shone brightly before him, guiding him on a journey of discovery and enlightenment, where the lessons of unity and compassion he had learned among the humans would serve as his compass and his guide. And so, Draxus set forth into the unknown, his heart filled with hope and his gaze fixed on the horizon where new worlds beckoned. As he charted a course through the cosmos, he carried with him the memories of the settlement and its inhabitants, the bonds of friendship and trust that had shaped his destiny, and the unwavering belief that together, beings of all species could build a better tomorrow. And in the vast tapestry of stars and galaxies that stretched out before him, Draxus saw not only the potential for adventure and discovery, but also the enduring legacy of unity that would endure long after his journey had ended, a testament to the transformative power of compassion, understanding, and the indomitable spirit of a wounded alien soldier who had been shocked and forever changed by the kindness of humans. As Draxus ventured deeper into the uncharted reaches of space, his starship gliding through the void with grace and purpose, he marveled at the wonders that unfolded before him. Nebulas swirled in kaleidoscopic hues, distant planets shimmered in the light of alien suns, and ancient asteroid fields whispered tales of forgotten civilizations. Guided by the coordinates and star charts provided by the humans, Draxus navigated through treacherous cosmic terrain, his keen instincts honed by years of military training, and his heart guided by the lessons of peace and unity he had learned among his newfound friends. Each planet he visited, each species he encountered, was a testament to the infinite diversity and beauty of the galaxy, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life forms in the grand tapestry of existence. At each stop along his journey, Draxus shared the story of the settlement and its inhabitants, recounting the trials and triumphs that had shaped his destiny and the legacy of unity and compassion that had emerged from the crucible of conflict. His words resonated with beings from all walks of life, inspiring them to look beyond their differences and embrace the values of understanding and cooperation. One fateful day, as Draxus orbited a remote planet on the outer rim of the galaxy, he received a distress signal from a stranded spacefarer whose ship had been disabled by a sudden ion storm. Without hesitation, Draxus sprang into action, guiding his starship through the turbulent space currents to reach the stranded traveler and offer a helping hand. The spacefarer, a being of a species Draxus had never encountered before, greeted him with gratitude and relief as the starship's airlock opened, allowing them to safely transport aboard. Through a series of gestures and translations, Draxus learned of the spacefarer's name, Taliel, and the perilous journey she had embarked on in search of a new home for her people. Moved by Taliel's bravery and determination, Draxus offered to assist her in repairing her damaged ship and guiding her to a nearby habitable planet where her species could find refuge and peace. Together, they worked side by side, their shared sense of camaraderie and mutual respect bridging the gap between their different backgrounds and languages. As they stood on the surface of the lush, verdant planet, its twin suns casting a warm glow upon the horizon, Draxus and Taliel shared a moment of quiet reflection. The legacy of unity and compassion that Draxus had carried with him from the settlement had touched the life of this lone spacefarer, offering her hope and guidance in a time of need. And as they watched the suns set behind the distant mountains, painting the sky in shades of orange and gold, Draxus knew that his journey was far from over. There were countless worlds to explore, countless beings to meet, and countless stories of resilience and courage waiting to be shared. With a renewed sense of purpose and determination, Draxus looked to the stars above, his heart filled with gratitude for the lessons he had learned and the friendships he had forged. The journey ahead promised adventure, discovery, and the enduring legacy of unity that would guide him through the vast expanse of the cosmos, shining like a beacon of hope in the darkness of space. As Draxus continued his journey through the boundless expanse of the galaxy, he encountered myriad civilizations and species, each with its own unique culture and history. From bustling space stations at the heart of interstellar trade routes to remote colony worlds teeming with life, Draxus traversed the stars with a sense of wonder and curiosity that never wavered. With each encounter, Draxus shared the story of the settlement and the lessons of unity and compassion that had defined his path. Beings from distant worlds listened intently, their eyes alight with curiosity and intrigue as they absorbed the tales of friendship and cooperation that had transcended barriers of species and ideology. The legacy of the settlement lived on through Draxus, an echo of unity that resonated across the galaxy. One day, as Draxus charted a course through a star system on the edge of known space, he received a distress signal emanating from a remote asteroid belt where a mining colony was under attack by marauding pirates. Without hesitation, Draxus set a course for the colony, his heart heavy with the knowledge that innocent lives hung in the balance. Arriving at the colony, Draxus found chaos and destruction in the wake of the pirate raid. The colonists, a diverse group of beings from various species, had banded together to defend their home, but were outmatched by the ruthless pirates who sought to plunder their resources. Draxus sprang into action, coordinating the defense efforts and rallying the colonists with a rallying cry of solidarity and resilience. With Draxus leading the charge, the colonists fought back with newfound determination and courage, their unity as a united front proving to be a formidable force against the pirates. Through strategic maneuvers and unwavering resolve, they pushed the aggressors back, forcing them to retreat in the face of overwhelming resistance. In the aftermath of the battle, the colony stood battered but unbroken, its inhabitants united in their victory over adversity. The colonists gathered around Draxus, their voices filled with gratitude and admiration for the wounded alien soldier who had come to their aid in their time of need. They hailed him as a hero, a symbol of hope and inspiration in a galaxy plagued by strife and conflict. As Draxus bid farewell to the grateful colonists and resumed his journey through the stars, he carried with him the echoes of unity that had reverberated throughout the asteroid belt. The legacy of the settlement had touched yet another corner of the galaxy, fostering bonds of friendship and cooperation among beings from all walks of life. And as he gazed out at the endless expanse of space, Draxus knew that his journey would continue, guided by the values of compassion, understanding, and the enduring belief that no matter how vast the cosmos, the echoes of unity would always find a way to resonate across the stars, lighting the way for all who sought a better future. Draxus's travels through the cosmos had taken him to the farthest reaches of known space, where distant star systems and unexplored worlds awaited his arrival. Each encounter with new civilizations and species reaffirmed his belief in the power of unity and cooperation, weaving a tapestry of interconnectedness that spanned the galaxy. One fateful day, as Draxus navigated his starship through a region known for its stunning cosmic phenomena, he received a transmission from a coalition of interstellar civilizations facing a grave threat from a malevolent entity known as the Void Harbinger, a mysterious force that had laid waste to countless worlds and left devastation in its wake. Driven by a sense of duty and a desire to protect the innocent, Draxus answered the call for aid, joining forces with the coalition in a united front against the encroaching darkness. The beings of the coalition, representing a diverse array of species and cultures, welcomed Draxus as an ally and trusted comrade, impressed by his unwavering commitment to peace and his unyielding resolve in the face of danger. Together, Draxus and the coalition devised a plan to confront the Void Harbinger, drawing upon their combined strengths and resources to mount a defense against the insidious threat. Through strategic coordination and mutual support, they fortified their positions, united in their determination to stand against the forces of chaos and destruction. As the Void Harbinger's shadow loomed ever closer, the Coalition and Draxus stood as a bastion of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. The battlefield became a symphony of light and energy, as ships of all shapes and sizes engaged in a breathtaking display of unity and solidarity, their weapons blazing against the void. In the heart of the conflict, Draxus fought alongside his newfound allies, his prowess as a soldier combined with his wisdom as a diplomat shining through in the heat of battle. Together, they unleashed a torrent of firepower and innovation, pushing back the Void Harbinger's forces with unwavering resolve and unbreakable spirit. Through sheer determination and a shared sense of purpose, the Coalition and Draxus emerged victorious, vanquishing the malevolent entity and bringing an end to its reign of terror. The galaxy rejoiced in the liberation from darkness, celebrating the triumph of unity and cooperation over chaos and destruction. As Draxus stood amidst the jubilant celebrations that followed the victory, surrounded by beings from countless worlds who had come together in a display of solidarity, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment and gratitude. The legacy of the settlement and the lessons of compassion and understanding he had carried with him had ignited a spark of hope that had united beings far and wide, bridging the gaps between species and ideologies in a harmonious symphony of cooperation. And as the stars twinkled overhead, casting their light upon the galaxy and its diverse inhabitants, Draxus knew that the echoes of unity would continue to resonate across the cosmos, a testament to the enduring spirit of cooperation and friendship that had transcended boundaries and united galaxies in a shared destiny of peace and prosperity.